Let me tell you, there was a time in my life that the end of the year was a very dark time for whatever reason. I don't know why. It was in my childhood. I don't even get it. But now, as I look toward the end of the year and the dawning of a brand new year, I'm so excited and stoked. On my mind, I just want to thank all of our listeners and viewers. Encourage you as we did our last stream to say something, say hello, tap in, let us know that you're there. We run into you, you send emails and you say, oh, I watch your broadcast. That's right, give us a call. Give us a call. But I'm really stoked about 2024, man. And there's so many folks right now that are looking to do better in 2024 than they had in 2023 and previous years. And just from the onset, from the gate, we just want to say that Dell and Dell is here. We are here. We have some phenomenal things planned for 2024, but we want to get you where you desire to be so that you can be the person to achieve your goals in 2024. That's what I wanted to share real quick.
Well, I wasn't prepped on this one. Well, good morning, I guess, ladies and gentlemen, worldwide broadcasting. We're live. And we're just having a good time because we can, it's our program. We can't get fired. That's a good feeling. But anyway, we got a hot topic today. So yes. I guess who's going to take it off and start it off? You or I?
Well, let me just begin as I do, and then we can just segue. Let me just begin by saying that this has been an incredible week regarding taking action. Action is so pivotal for success. No action, no success. I don't care how you slice it. Right. So taking action, Marcus, you did such a phenomenal job on Monday breaking down what prevents us from taking action. And you spoke about something, and I just want to revisit that today in today's broadcast. You spoke about fear, that at the root, when folks are incapable of taking action, is rooted in fear. So what I did, I looked at the top 5 fears, or the top 5 manifestations or excuses people use from that keeps them from taking action. The first one is a fear of increased responsibility. Being the go-to person, realizing that, wait a minute, the buck is going to stop with me. Do I really want that responsibility? So a person will hold themselves back, make that excuse. I don't know if I'm interested right now. I don't know if I want all that responsibility. So that is an excuse that blocks folks from achieving their highest and best version of themselves. Some folks have imposter syndrome where they feel they're not worthy. And we've talked about this a few weeks ago about self-worth and self-love. They don't feel they're worthy, that they're, oh my God, I'm in this position, but if someday they're going to find out that I'm not what they think I am, and I don't deserve the position. So that's the second one. The third one was fear of change, or the fear of the unknown. And we talked about this a few weeks ago, breaking out of those comfort zones. A person who operates in a fear of the fear of change, they're comfortable right where they are. I've got my little pattern, my little schedule, my little lifestyle here. Oh, that would challenge me and stretch me if I were to step beyond that. So therefore, I'm not going to take action. It's actually rooted in the fear of change or the fear of the unknown. One of the last excuses that people use is that they don't want to come outside. They don't want to grow beyond the version of themselves that they are right now. Isn't that really something that's telling? They've wedded themselves to the struggle, always struggling, always pressing, always struggling. And then they see a reality presented right before them that would ease the struggle. Life would be smooth and fine and wonderful. And they choose or make an excuse not to go to the promised land because they're so connected to struggle. And then lastly, the fear of judgment, where folks are so afraid of what someone else will say, or what someone else will think, or what someone else will do. So those are the excuses. Today, we're eradicating excuses, and I just want to toss it over to you for you to begin to delve into these areas and share with our folks today some ways that they can overcome these excuses.
Well, I'm gonna start with the last one that you mentioned really resonates with me a lot, and that's the judgment, fear of what other people will think. And I've always been extremely fascinated by that. In the beginning, I was completely fascinated beyond belief at that, because it was mostly because I never had that problem. I never have had that problem, never. And so I began to want to figure out, why is it that I've been freed from that issue? Because I've seen people paralyzed, they're pummeled, they're pulverized because of what somebody will say, especially people that are in church. It's incredible. They won't do so many things because of what would they say, or what would some person. Well, anyway, the thing that has helped quite a bit with this one is, someone taught me, one of the great grandmaster trainers of the world. He's ranked #1 in the world at what he teaches. He said, now Marcus and other people, look at the lifestyle of the person that you're so worried about. Look at their lifestyle. And if you want to adopt their lifestyle, their income, their lifestyle in terms of their home, their car, their finances, their spouse selection, is that the lifestyle that you would want? And if it's not even remotely the lifestyle you would want, then why would you be concerned about their opinions and their judgments? I said, wow, that's so profound. I think to use that concept to help people get over this, to your point and to your question there, Coach, how can we help people look at the lifestyle of the person that you're so concerned about their judgments? And if you want it, okay, follow it. I know a person's lifestyle that I would absolutely be interested in, really a fifth of it, a 20th of it. So I listen to this person. I receive their input and their valuable advice and tips and concepts. I receive them. And so look at the lifestyle, folks, of the person that you feel so worried about. What are they going to say? Then I wanted to analyze, why have I never had the issue? I found the silver lining of getting bullied every day. And I never had a safe place until I got much older where I felt safe. But because I'm running for my life every time the elementary school bell rang, middle school, when that bell rang, I'm hightailing it throughout Indianapolis, throughout Los Angeles. I'll never forget, for the rest of my life, Audubon Junior High right there in Los Angeles. I will never forget it. My life got completely transformed at Audubon Junior High in Los Angeles. Anyway, because of the bullying, and just my life is focused on not what other people think, but how many other people are going to be trying to pummel me to the ground before I got home. So I didn't have peer pressure because there was no peers. I'm running every day, big time, over dog houses and fences and sheds and barns. And I thought my whole life, even as an adult, that I said to myself, why did my mom have my elementary school 3 to 5 miles away from where we lived? And I didn't know till I was an adult, and I wanted to take a person visiting me from Las Vegas here in Indianapolis to my former residence. And we rented a limo, a fleet of limos, and for my downline. And we all took the limos to my old apartment, Coach. And that's the first time I realized this school is a block away from where I lived all these years.
My gosh.
It's 1 block away. And I learned as an adult with my upline and downline and my team that I built. I can't believe it's a block. It's a block. And the reason I wanted to go to where I used to live in these projects is because I know this was not a good idea, but I just wanted to have a little bit of fun. So I wanted to go to where I used to live, because I'll never forget the address, 3018C Hillside. And I wanted to go and act like we were the publishing sweepstakes clearinghouse. You're the winner. Because we had all these limos and balloons and we're celebrating. And I wanted to knock on the door. Are you Rob Benowitz McGillicuddy? You just won the publishing house clearing. And they saw. I don't want to continue this. The point I'm making is, I had no peers. There were no peers. So I didn't grow up wondering what other people are going to think. And that helped me so much later in life. But then I got the educational part of, hey, look, just look at their lifestyle. And if you want it, listen to them. If you don't be bothered by that. You mentioned some other reasons and excuses for fears.
Yeah.
It was the second one. What was the second one?
The imposter syndrome.
Oh yeah, that struck me because when I first got getting promoted or even hired as an executive director or the president of a company, one guy hired me as a president, flew me out to Torrance, California to take the. Anyway, I've been hired as a president or the CEO or executive vice president multiple times. But in the beginning, when that happened in the beginning, in my younger years, I believe that what you just said about the imposter syndrome, that affected me because I wasn't raised in the mindset that I'm qualified and capable of being that. So
Right.
after several other hires, several other upper level executive, I've been promoted to CEO from within the company. I've been hired even, as of late, down through the last even 5, 10, 15 years as a president or some senior management person. And I'm not phased one bit. It doesn't phase me one bit because I see where the qualifications now, they're there. But it wasn't like that in the beginning. I just didn't think I was worthy. And it took me some time and some work to get to that point. So in the last 5 to 10 years, I could see me as the CEO. I'm even looking at that now. I mean, there's people calling all the time. So, but that's not a lightweight thing. I'm just trying to confirm the point. It's a
Right.
big deal. So, but those two I resonate the most: imposter syndrome, and then the one about worried about judgment. What will other people think? I don't recommend buying into that unless you want their lifestyle. What was the first one and the third one, Coach?
Okay. So the first one was fear of increased responsibility, that the buck would stop with them.
Yeah, some people, yes. That see, certain ones of these are not going to be a factor, and there's certain ones are a factor. You figure out which one you are, ladies and gentlemen. Give us a
That's
call. The
it.
numbers on your screen, and we
Yes.
can help you with whatever you want to deal with. That would never bother me. I wanted more increase. I get bored out of my mind quick, so I
Right.
want the increased responsibility. And that the third one, though, what was the third one?
The fear of change or the fear of the unknown, though
Now,
dealing with
now,
those
now,
comfort zones.
Now,
Yeah.
when I got into personal development trainings and seminars and all over the world 30 years ago, I've actually had people say to me, "Look, man, I don't want you coming in here trying to disrupt my miserable life. I like my miserable life exactly the way it is." Now, at first, I was blown away when I heard that because I was in my 20s. I couldn't conceive of it. Then, when I got continual training and coaching from my mentors, they helped me understand there's literally people. I just never heard somebody say it out of their mouth. They do not want their life affected and enhanced and bettered, not one bit. They want it exactly the way it is. And I just couldn't have conceived of it. But there's plenty of people like that. So we can't save the world. But for those of you who do want to get enhanced in terms of a personal development journey, the people you're looking at right now under the sound of my voice, we're the ones. We're the
Right.
ones. Give us a call. That's how I would kind of
Yeah.
wrap that up. In the minute and 25 seconds left, how would you want to say there, Coach?
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. There's so much here to unpack. So
Yeah.
there's a couple of things that I want to say. The first thing is you are not going to get it. And I'm speaking to our audience, our tribe, our followers. You're not going to get the best of us in 15 minutes. You're only going to get a glimpse. You're going to get a little tip of the iceberg. When with our seminars, our conferences, our trainings, our coaching, we will then be able to dive real deeply into each and every nuance of these various categories, these various states of being. So you're only getting a little tidbit, which I feel is so rich. We share so much here in the limited time that we have. But the one that you did not touch on, it is actually the one that resonated the most with me. And it is directly tied to self-development and a person not wanting to improve or fearing improving, is that last one, the lack of self-identity. The lack of self-identity. And that particular fear is tied to being afraid of becoming someone else. And I believe that is exactly what you were just speaking of. They want to stay right where they are because that opportunity, that next step, leveling up, they recognize, thank God, because a lot of folks don't recognize this, so that's good. They recognize that in order to function and operate and thrive and excel at a higher level, they themselves have to change. The you that you are today must change and evolve in order to be the you that you need to be and that you desire to be to function and operate at the next level. So the fact that there is a whole fear of or a lack of knowledge of identity, and people will hold on to the struggle, hold on to the menial little dregs of life, somewhere inside desiring more, but realizing that they have to change. They don't, so they're out of whack with their own self-identify. They rather identify with what's less instead of what's more. So call us, reach out to us. The phone number is at the top. Marcus D and I are here. I keep saying Marcus D, it's just Marcus. Marcus and I are here to coach you and prep you for 2024. Come on, it's time to do it. I'm going to let you have last words. Give it to you, Marcus, and then we're out.
Goodbye. We'll see you next week. God bless.
See you next week. God bless.